I'll go with 1-1 to be honest because
New Zealand still haven't sunk in from the hangover of the T20 World Cup Championship.
Scored 30 after 2 years. The scored at 30. It was after 2 years in the ODI. That's a very
going with the big names straight away just because
need a settled 15 rather than a scattered 11. So I think it's better.
Team India lead the ODI series versus New Zealand women, and this has been a very, very good performance by the women in blue, who are without their original captain Harmanpreet Kaur. It was Smriti Mandhana, the stand-in captain, who led the side really well. In ODI format, we can say a low-scoring encounter, and we defended the target really well. I have Deepu with me, and I have Gurpalji once again back, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start with Gurpalji. India won it comprehensively. We at the halfway stage of the game, we thought that the runs were not enough on a good surface at Narendra Modi Stadium, but India fought back really well. Is it New Zealand still haven't sunk in from the hangover of the T20 World Cup Championship?
Yes, that's what we have discussed in our pre-show as well for the first game. I hope New Zealand don't take it too much lightly this match after winning so high the World Cup and like that. And there were some changes as well in the New Zealand lineup, but I guess we also welcome some changes, and our changes plays very well. Batted very well and they bowled very well. The two debutants which India had in this game. So ODI game is like India is a side which is meant for the ODI games. I guess our girls feel pressure when we have to score 8 or 9 runs per over because we don't have that power hitting game in us. At our outfield, Indian outfield suits because you just have to beat the inner circle and the ball will go to the fence. And so here you can take time. Here your all-rounders like Deepti Sharma, your Yastika Bhatiyas, your Pooja Vastrakars and Arundhati Roy, they come into play because they can take their time. They can easily score at 100 strike, which is quite good for the women's ODI team. If somebody can score 120, 130, that is she's a match a tremendous player. But I guess
then you need somebody like a Shefali Verma in the side, but she did perform well in the first game. Not good enough as per her skill sets. But Deepu, as Gurpalji mentioned about the two debutants we had in our side, Tejal, and then you had Saima Thakur. I'll come to the latter one. Saima Thakur really impressed me with the new ball, and she gave me a little bit of Shikha Pandey vibes, to be honest. How good was she in her debut game versus New Zealand women?
I think both were fantastic, to be honest. Coming to Saima, I think she bowled really well, and we were looking at someone who can share the new ball with Renuka Thakur, and I think we have got that answer. She obviously being her first game, she needs a lot of grooming as well. There are few rough edges, but I think overall defending a low score at Ahmedabad, she bowled really well. And coming to Tejal Hasnab is also she did really well, scoring a crucial 40 odd in a run ball. I think. So, yes, we are getting good options, and I think this team needs new faces as well. Coming the World Cup, we have a World Cup at home, which should be on our priority list as well. So I think we have good debutants, and hopefully we play them in the future games as well. So yeah, it was a really good performance from our debutant players.
Absolutely. Really good performance from our debutant players and the others as well from Team India. 59 runs victory, Paji, was the margin in the first game for Team India. But what are your thoughts about the experienced bunch of players still haven't yet come into form, especially starting with the captain herself, Smriti Mandhana?
Smriti Mandhana, I guess she's going through a bad phase, and we have lots of 30s and 37 and 35 scores, which should ideally be converted into big scores or at least 50. So I hope we will learn from these mistakes, and we will see in the next match 4 50s rather than 4 scores of 30s. And I happen to learn Shefali scored 30s after 2 years. That the score she scored a 30. It was after 2 years in the ODI. That's a very very big time for scoring a top order batsman with a power play, and only scoring 30 in 2 years time. That's very critical of Shefali. She has to tighten her game a bit because she cannot be loose because if we are hoping for winning a World Cup, then she start putting price tag on her wicket. She don't need to throw her wicket away because she's a dangerous player, as we know. At least if she can bat stand over, she can easily get a 50 on any kind of wicket. But she has to play very well. Jemimah was good, but Jemimah could have taken a longer because it's a one-day game. It's not a T20 game where you have to like looking for asking, and you are batting first. You're not chasing the target. There was no scoreboard pressure. I'm happy with the Yastika Bhatia. She had a good show because when a player is not in touch or she has not got any game playing after so long, She was in good touch as well. Overall, a good performance by batting team. Yeah, we were short by 30-40 runs. If some senior batsman could have taken more responsibility and can score a big 50 or at least nearby 100, that would have been icing on the cake. But we have won by 59 runs, so no regrets.
No regrets, absolutely. But yes, you mentioned about the 30s and the 40s, no 50s. But Deepu, we wanted Yastika Bhatia to bat at number 3. She did that. No Harmanpreet Kaur was there in the first ODI. So maybe when Harmanpreet Kaur comes back into the side, she might be at number 4. We might see Jemimah at number 5. So is this the settled middle order we are looking into in the longer format of the long-term process for Team India?
Could be, to be honest, because I don't think we have much ODIs left before the World Cup, as and when the schedule gets announced for next year. I think we can try and test as much as we can before the ultimate tournament comes up. So I think this is the best opportunity to actually chalk your options out, because what this team has done, they have been creating harakiri just before the tournament, and in the tournament itself, the recent example is a testament to it. So I think it's important that we get our bases covered, and hopefully if we have 2 players for one place, just confirm that okay, these 2 guys will be there, who will be performing for the team, who will be playing in the side. There should be no other room for any newcomer as of now, because I think that we need a settled 15 rather than a scattered 11. So I think it's better that chalk your 11 out.
Absolutely, that is absolutely correct, and we have to see how the management looks into this. But Paji, what happened there? What was the moment when Sophie Devine got run out? Was it just careless from the New Zealand's women's skipper, or was it just extra smartness from Deepti Sharma?
I guess a bit of both carelessness and smartness of Deepti Sharma. It reminded me of 2019 World Cup, a sweet revenge. You can say it's sweet 2019 World Cup MS Dhoni. Because MS Dhoni got run out. So it's kind of a sweet revenge. But I was not happy with the New Zealand batting order. Amelia Kerr coming at number 7 or number 8 is too low for her. She's batting at number 3 or number 4 in T20. Even Sophie Devine could have come up the order, because the Pilmer and Bates, Sophie Devine, and Amelia Kerr, these 4 are your experienced players. So I guess they should have batted up the order. And I'm seeing the T20 players who were batting lower.
What I heard is that sorry to interrupt you, but what I heard from that is that Sophie Devine, despite batting at number 4, but Amelia Kerr was suffering with an hamstring injury. That's the reason why she came in lower down the order.
She was batting in the T20I lower on the order. She was batting up Amelia Kerr. So there was a bit of, I was not happy with that with the batting order. I don't. Maybe it's for this game, or they are trying. So New Zealand will say we lose 11 matches, and again we can come to the World Cup like they did in the T20 World Cup. So they may be experimenting. Because they can experiment, but win or lose doesn't matter to them, as we saw in T20 World Cup result.
Absolutely, but when we talk about the ranches as well, we all know how important partnerships are, because at one stage New Zealand were cruising towards the ranches, but then all of a sudden 2 back-to-back wickets to both the set batters went back to the hut, and all of a sudden India dominated and cleaned up the dead tail, Paji. You talk about partnerships and importance, how to rotate strikes, not play too many dot balls. Did we see an example in the first ODI?
I guess they were still into T20 mode, I guess, because ODI is all about building a partnership, and you have to sometimes you have to respect the opponent bowlers as well. You can plan your chase, you can strategize your chase. It's not necessary you have to score 8 or 9 runs per over. When you have a target of 226 or 227 in 50 overs, that means you have to score mostly 4.5 runs per over. So that could have been an easy task for them, because they are already scoring and chasing. But they got bundled out for that score, which they were putting in the T20 score. So that means they are still in the T20 mode, and our bowlers bowled very well. The debutant Thakur and the spinners chipped in, Radha Yadav, Deepti Sharma, and we had a great fielding, because run out and taking those catches. So catches win you matches. The fielding is a very important part. As we see, if you take your catches, if you have a crucial run out, you can put the pressure on the opposition.
Absolutely, that's very important to see. But yes, overall performance was really promising from Team India. But Deepu, moving into the second ODI, it's going to be a Super Sunday, 27th October. Second ODI, India versus New Zealand. You see the pitch, you saw it was a good wicket to bat on. India batted first and defended the target in a day-night game. Are you going with the same ploy in the second?
Yeah, I'll definitely bat first, because I think it will be a used pitch most likely, even though the venue has more than I think 10 or 11 pitches. But still, I think it's better to bat first, because with this team, what we have seen that they crumble under chasing, well, be it T20s, be it one day. So I think just defend your target in this game, and just try and test it in the third game. If we win the series in the second one itself, I think it's better that we bat first, because I still feel there are a lot of rough edges going in with the last 10 overs. We in the last 2 3 years, I think we haven't even batted 50 overs, to be honest. We get bundled out in the 44th or the 45th over itself. So I think it's better that we test our batting as much as possible, and maybe whosoever is the captain, Harman or Smriti, just look after the things along with Amol Muzumdar, and hopefully we can sort out our rough edges, and we can actually make a bid for the World Cup as well. So yeah, I'll definitely bat first.
Okay, definitely bat first, put runs on the board, and defend it is deployed at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Same tactics for India, which worked out well in the first ODI. We have to see important toss, I must tell you. But moving into the players to watch out for, starting with Team India, here are my 3 players to watch out for. Smriti Mandhana, Yastika Bhatia, and Saima Thakur are the 3 players to watch out for. Very interesting, but I've gone with the players I need to see score runs, the first 2 players, and similarly, I want more experience for Saima Thakur. Starting with Paji, anything different as you have always been?
I will go with Shefali, Jemimah, and Renuka Thakur.
Is it nowadays? Isn't it being too predictable that you will be different from us all the time? But you've gone with your different 3 picks as
6 players. 3 Deepu will choose, so 9 players. We have 9 players now. So Deepu will also do 3 different.
So you
players.
always go with that mantra of 6 players. Maybe Deepu might have 3 different, is what you think. Let's go to Deepu. Deepu, your 3 players to watch out for India.
I think Paji took most of my calls as well, to be honest, in terms of choosing the players. But I'll go with Deepti Sharma again, because I want to see Deepti the batter more as an aggressive batter. She's batting well, but still again there are plenty of dot balls which I want that number to be reduced. So Deepti comes up first. Shefali definitely will be there, because as what Paji mentioned few minutes ago, that it was after 2 years that she smashed a 30, which is a very alarming goal as an opener. So I think she needs to pull up her socks, and I think Shriyanka Patil will play a key role. So I think I am looking forward to her as well. These 3 will be my key players for India.
So 8 players.
You already hinted towards a change. So he has already hinted towards a change in the predicted playing 11 as well, because Shriyanka Patil wasn't part of the playing 11 in the first ODI. But now it's where we move on to the opponents, New Zealand women, and the players to watch out for, Paji. Georgia Plimmer, Brooke Halliday, and Eden Carson are the 3 players to watch out for, according to me. Couple of them, rather 3 of them, were World Cup champions recently in the last couple of weeks ago. What are your thoughts? Anything different for New Zealand?
For sure. I will go with the experience of Suzie Bates, Sophie Devine, and Amelia Kerr. Amelia Kerr has a good day with the ball, but not with that with the bat. But I guess these 3 experienced players, along with your players, if they 6 perform very well, so they can give a fight to India. But again, we'll see. I hope India plays well.
So you're going with the big names straight away just because it's a series is on the line. You have to level the series, otherwise you lose the 3-match ODI series. Fair enough. Going to Deepu, who has a task on his hand. Deepu, what are your 3 players to watch out for?
So for New Zealand, I think it will be Sophie Devine, being the leader of the ship, and the way she got run out in that first game, must have pinched her a lot as well. So I think she'll be hungrier to come back in style, and just emulating her World Cup performance, what she did in Dubai. So she comes up. Maddie Green is someone I'm looking forward to as well, because she was an exciting prospect to watch. And the third one will be, I think I'll go with Suzie Bates. Suzie Bates also, being an extra, we have seen her for a long time. So yeah, these 3 will be there.
Okay, you're with a mixture of my picks and Paji's picks. Youth and experiences. What are your thoughts about the White Ferns players to watch out for? Fair enough. Now we move on to the predicted playing 11. This is where it's going to be interesting. Not much changes is what I'm expecting from Team India unless the captain herself is fit. Here is my predicted playing 11 for Team India. Smriti Mandhana, Shefali Verma, Yastika Bhatia, Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain herself, comes back to the 11. Jemimah Rodriguez, Tejal Hanbasbis. Then you have Deepti Sharma, Radha Yadav, Arundhati Reddy, Saima Thakur, and Renuka Singh Thakur is my predicted playing 11. Any changes for you, Paji?
I guess if we don't play Harmanpreet Kaur, we can play with the same team. That also will be fine, because we know what Harmanpreet can do. She can always come on the third ODI. So let the youngsters play. Let's give chance of fresh faces. Okay. Because we wanted to build up a team for the coming World Cup, and we should have a greater pool of players, like 15, 16, what Deepu said. So Harmanpreet and to Amal Munzamudar, what we did in the men's team, Rohit and Rahul Dravid used to sit and watch the youngsters play and take on the West Indies. Similarly, we can also do that, and we can think the players for the future. So I guess if Harmanpreet plays or don't play, not an issue. Plays is fine. Otherwise, if she can rest and can come back in the last game as well, I will go with the same
Okay, so
11 we played the first match.
same 11 which played the first match under the leadership of Smriti Mandhana, according to Gurpalji. Similarly, moving on to the visitors now, New Zealand women. My prediction playing 11, I'm going with an unchanged one. Susie Bates, Georgia Plimmer, Amelia Kerr, Sophie Devine, Brooke Halliday, Maddie Green, Lauren Dawn, Isabel Gaze, Jessica, Molly Penfold, and Eden Cast. This side can definitely shuffle around, make some changes because they've recently won the World Cup. They can see a new faces as well. Deepu, unchanged 11 for New Zealand according to me. What's yours?
Oh, I think I'm expecting an odd change given that Amelia had an hamstring injury and maybe, they might just not want to risk her. Given that New Zealand have a busy schedule coming up as well, so I think she might take a rest and somebody new can come into a place. So, apart from that, I don't see any changes. So, it's purely on injury based.
Okay, so there can be a change. The person that Paji mentioned in the first ODI as well, Fran Jonas might just chip into the side. You might see Lee Tahu as well, the experienced bunch. They might chip into the side. Fair enough. Moving into the predictions time now. 27th October, second ODI at the Narendra Modi Stadium. India women versus New Zealand women. Paji, is it 1-1 or 2-0?
2-0. India will close the series.
2-0. India will close the series. Short and simple. Similarly for you, Deepu, 1-1 or 2-0?
I'll go with 1-1 to be honest, because I'm expecting a comeback from New Zealand, to be honest. Even though heart says India, but still, we can't keep Kiwis out of that frame. So I think it's maybe, I'm expecting a comeback from the Sophie Devine-led team. So yeah, maybe I'll go with 1-1.
Okay. So you're going with 1-1. Paji says 2-0. What is your counter attack from Paji?
No, I don't have any counter attack. I guess Deepu is saying 1-1 for Indian men's test series will be 1-1 on 27th and ODI will be 2-0. So Deepu's wish will also be completed with 1-1.
Hopefully.
Okay, that is something. That is something both of them, rather three of us, will definitely take. India men's is also playing their ongoing test series against New Zealand. The men's at Pune. The series is on the line over there as well. Paji says 1-1 in the men's and 2-0 in the women's. And Deepu says, I'll take that any day of the week as well. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this one. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye-bye.